Perfect timing! The creeps are retreating!
Okay, here's a look at Newage 64 Lincoln, which is their version of a legend scaled mini masterpiece Trailbreaker. So first, here you could see what the front of the box looks like, which gives a nice homage to the original Diaclone design of the package. So that's nice. And then the back of the box, you get your scene from the cartoon episode where him and Wheeljack were putting out the fires. And the side of the box, you get your product images, robot mode, alt mode. The other side, same thing. Top of the box, you get the transformation sequence, but I think they should have put him facing that way since the car's coming this way, but it's still cool. And then the bottom of the box, something in Chinese, I think, I don't know what it says, and the alt mode. So that is a look at the box. And now we can take a closer look at the figure. But first, we need to go over all of the accessories and the instructions. So first, let's go over the instructions. Let's zoom out here so we can get a full shot of the instructions so that if you want, you can pause and take a screenshot to see the transformation. And the transformation on this, yeah, it's not like overly complicated, but it is a little frustrating trying to figure out, you know, how you're supposed to manipulate them, rotating, and stuff like that. So it might be fun trying to figure it out, but it can also be a little bit frustrating as well. But that's a look at the instructions. And now let's go over all of these accessories. So first, let's start off with the alternate hands that they gave you, and these are open hands. But what's cool is with Newage, you do get extra articulation, so you can get wrist rotation on these alternate hand accessories. So that's nice. And then we do have his three I don't know what they're called, guns, weapons, or something like that. So first we get his blaster that goes on his left hand, and you could see it just simply tabs in. So I'll show that off in robot mode. And then for his shoulders, we do get, again, these things, I don't know what these are called, but this is maybe some kind of force field thing and some kind of blaster that attaches to his shoulders. So I'll show that off in robot mode as well. And then also in robot mode, we do got that, again, it's something, I don't know what this is called, but it's that thing, you know, from the episode where he was putting out the fires. And what's cool is they gave you blast effects that you could put in here, which looks really nice. And they actually gave you two of them. So I guess this one you could put on his shoulders or his cannon, and that's cool. And then we do have that I don't know, again, I don't know what this is called, but it's that solar thing where he was spying on the Decepticons with Spike and Sparkplug. And here, since we already have it in alt mode, you just simply, and I suggest kind of grabbing it from here at the back, and then just you just simply waggle it in, just because the tolerance is a little tight. And then now you can kind of capture that scene. So that's kind of cool. But unfortunately, there's no articulation. You can't really rotate it, but still a nice little accessory to have. And then the last accessory is, I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you this, but they did give you an alternate face. Here you could see, if, yeah, it's like a open mouth. So that's kind of cool, but you could see how small it is. So yeah, I could tell this is going to be really hard to untab it and then tab it in. So it's nice, but functionally speaking, I think it's maybe a little bit too hard. But anyways, those are a look at the accessories. And now let's take a closer look at the figure. But before that, I forgot one major accessory that this comes with, and that is another parts forming piece for their Build-A-Figure, the Auto Spike. So here you could see now we have the body, and I just want to point something out real quick that's a little disappointing. You could see it's very pale because they didn't really paint this, and you could see this is a Trailbreaker's chest. Look at the difference. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed there. Yeah, it's not really painted, and but yeah, at least we're slowly getting all the parts for Auto Spike. So yeah, I'll go over this maybe at the end, and I'll show you what this looks like. So now let's take a closer look at the figure. Okay, here's a look at Trailbreaker in his alt mode. And first, let's do this. Let's compare this with the animation model. And you could see that they did a really nice job capturing the toon aesthetics. You know, all the little details, such as back here, and the Autobot symbol. And I like how it's dark gray, not really dark gray like the recent, you know, Age of the Primes Triptychon, but it is dark. Most importantly, it's not black. And then you could see the window here, the side window is not painted, and that is actually toon accurate. I'm not sure why they did that, but it is toon accurate. And then the back, you could see, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. At least they, you know, put the little silver bumpers and the rear tail lights on there. So yeah, I think they did a really nice job. So now when we zoom in, take a closer look. Look at this. You could see it's nicely proportioned, nicely sculpted, nicely painted. But I don't know, some of you and might complain like all these parting lines. People are now calling these panel lines. They're actually called parting lines in product design because they're different parts and you see the line between the parts. But yeah, I have to be honest and say that is a little distracting because there's quite a lot of them. And yeah, I'll just speak to it really quick. They can control that a little bit better. It's basically, you know, the corner of a part. You don't want to have it like that, so you have it kind of curved. It's called like a beveled edge. But here, they're making it too curved, which is making the parting line so pronounced there. Magic Square does a nice job cleaning up the lines. But that's why, you know, Magic Square, you have to work hard to get things tabbed in. But anyways, just pointing out, you know, the parting lines and the differences. But you can see it is nicely sculpted, nicely painted. Look at this. This is really nice. Very toon accurate. I do like that. Yeah, it's interesting. The color of the paint here, the blue, is different from the metallic baby blue here. But they still did a nice job capturing the color. In terms of articulation, this is basically it. It just rolls. The hood doesn't open, trunk doesn't open because this is a legend scale. But yeah, that's a look at the figure in alt mode. And for comparisons, here is the Newage version next to Magic Square's first version. And yeah, because I don't want to transform the other ones in alt mode, but they're still the same figure, just this is different colors. So here you could see, in all fairness, this is their first version before they were trying to go more toon accurate. And I'm just going to be brutally honest. I really never liked the dark blue. I really hated that color. Because, yeah, this one's a little bit more toon accurate blue color. And I know they did that. That's why they did the reissues. And then the black, I always complain about. I never really liked that. And in all fairness, I think maybe this was still when they were trying to go for that fusion between the G1 toy and the cartoon. So that would kind of explain, you know, why it looks like this. But yeah, here you could see the difference between the two. And I just want to share my complaints. I didn't like how you had to buy their reissue. So here you could see how they fixed that blue window. And then, but it's still this black color. And then they reissued it again where this one has the nice darker gray instead of the black. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I wanted to vent that out. But yeah, just wanted to show you that. But yeah, you could see in terms of the figure, it's pretty much the same. And here I was telling you the difference. If I can get a shot, you could see the panel lines here. They clean up much nicer on Newage. And that's what I was telling you, you know, the corners, the beveled edge and stuff. Newage can actually, you know, make these lines not so noticeable, just like how Magic Square did. It's just these, you know, you have to work a little bit harder to get all those panel pieces tabbed in. But yeah, that's really the difference. But you could see they're about the same size. They're actually both not bad. But there is a major difference here in the robot mode that I'll point out. I don't know if you could see, I'm giving you a hint what the difference is there. The attachment for the, the shoulder weapons. But yeah, that's a look at the alt mode. So now, let's go ahead and transform Trailbreaker to his robot mode and take a look at that. Okay, here's a look at Trailbreaker in his robot mode. And now let's compare this with the animation model. And you could see, I think they did a really nice job. I mean, of course, they're going to capture all the little details like the circle and the squares on the red kneecap, the knees here with the stripes and the stripe coming down on the lower leg and stuff like that. I mean, all the details there. And the most important one is this force field thing. You could see it's on his left shoulders. So yeah, I think they did a really nice job. And yeah, you could see from the side and also the back view, you could see they did a nice job cleaning everything up. So I think they did a really nice job with this figure. So now let's come up and zoom in and take a closer look at all the details. You could see this is a really nicely sculpted figure. All the details, very tune accurate, except this shoulder part, but that's part of the transformation. The little stripes here on that blaster is done really nice. The little details here I was telling you, which you get that nice reflection from the nice paint that they gave you on here. Even the little rectangle piece in there on the tip of his foot. Very tune accurate. I like how they actually made the effort to have the tires fold in so it cleans up really well, just like the cartoon. This is done really well. I really like this figure a lot. So that's a look at Trailbreaker in his robot mode. And in terms of articulation, let's come up a little bit closer, and you could see his head is on a ball joint. So obviously his head can go up all the way, part of the transformation. And you kind of have to move these out of the way to get the rotation side to side. And it's a little hard because the tolerance is a little tight, which is actually a good thing. And then, you know, it's on a ball joint, so it can go all around if you want. That confused dog look if you want. And then the shoulders, they are on a hinge, so they can go forward and back. It can go up that far, and it's not a butterfly joint. I don't know what you call this, but you could see you can kind of wiggle waggle the shoulders. And then there is a bicep swivel on a tight tolerance. And then he does have a double jointed elbow, so you can get a full range there, which is cool. And then his hands, it's on a, you know, a post that goes in, so obviously it can rotate. But if you want, you can also, you know, swap out for the open hand, so that's cool. That has our wrist articulation, really nice. And then you spread his arms out, you come to his waist. He does have waist rotation, and he does have an ab crunch, so that's cool. And maybe a little bit of reverse ab crunch. And then the hips here, I like the way the designs of these hips like this, because you could see, yeah, they go up, they go down. You don't have that hip skirt flaps. And then they can go out to the side. You get thigh rotation. You do get a knee joint, just 90 degrees. And then the feet, you can kind of fake, I guess, a little toe tilt down, toe tilt up, but you do get the nice ankle rocker. So you do get a good amount of articulation with the figure. And if you want, you can also articulate his shoulder guns that go up and down like so. So that is a look at the articulation. Now let's go over some of the accessories. So here you can see he has his blaster, because I've already taken out the hand, and I'm pointing out that this, unfortunately, is a parts former. I mean, you can have it like this, but this is not very tune accurate. Unfortunately, you can't really transform it with the blaster in there, so you have to take it off. But if you want, now here, this piece, I don't know if it goes this way or this way. I don't think it makes much of a difference, but you simply tab that in, and then you can kind of replicate that scene from the cartoon where he is putting out the fires, and then you can give it a blast effect here. So that's really cool. And then here, you know, I don't think this is just my copy, but you could see it's not as easy as just simply untabbing it, because you could see it's this piece is really stuck in there. So unfortunately, this is one of the negatives. I don't think they did a really good job controlling the tolerance here, and I don't know how you can get this out very easily once it gets stuck in there, because there is no spot here to be able to easily pull this out. And I'm trying to be careful, because if I use a lot of force, it's going to go flying off too. So yeah, maybe it's good to show you that, because this is one of the issues. Its tolerance is not done very well. I actually just realized right now, I think I'm going to put some super glue in here to fix that problem. So there is an issue with this. And in terms of the blast effect, I said they gave you 2 of them. So you can put that one there. You could put the other one up here. So that's kind of cool. Something you don't get with the Magic Square, which I'll point out in a little bit. But also, Here, if you want, you get the alternate hand. So this is cool. This is what you can just simply untab and tab in, and then you can have him with the open hand. And I think this is needed. I think we needed another accessory like a force field, because you know when he's using the force field, his hands are up like that. So that's kind of cool. You get this, and then this one you can just simply untab that, tab it in. And I did not go over the alternate face plate because yeah, I was telling you, just trying to get it out, and I'm doing this for the first time on camera just to show you that yeah, you see, you need a spudger or something to just untab that, or maybe pop his head off. And see, this is what I was telling you, that alternate face. Yeah, it might be nice to have an alternative face, but trying to get this out is really hard, and because it's also really small too. So yeah, maybe I'm just not even gonna show you because it's too hard. It's too hard to get the face out just to put in the replacement. So you could try, but for me, I'm okay with it. I always think of MGO when he says options are always nice. Well, yeah, they're nice if they work, but sometimes options are not always nice. And now trying to get that tabbed in. So yeah, there's a look at some of the accessories, and now let's do some comparisons. And for some comparisons, let's bring out the Magic Square version. This is their second version. So yeah, I wanted to point out some things, but here's the first version I showed you is in alt mode. And the difference here, this one, they did fix the color of the windows. So you could see it does have a nice metallic blue, but it's still that black instead of the dark gray. And the reason why I brought this out was because I wanted to point out, you could see that force field thing. It's supposed to be on his left shoulder. Here, Magic Square, they put it on the center, and this really was an easy fix for them. You know, you could have easily just put a slot on the other side, and that is what I did on their third version that I bought. So I had to end up buying 3 Trailbreakers from Magic Square, and you could see I did drill a hole on this side. And I want to tell you, this was really hard because this plastic quality is actually really strong. So I had to do a lot just to drill a little hole in there. So yeah, in terms of the plastic quality, Magic Square's plastic quality is pretty good, X-Transbots. But yeah, here, now we can get a good comparison, because this one does have the dark gray instead of the black. It does have the nice metallic blue window. But now, proportionately speaking, this is what always bothered me, because I'm always about tune accuracy. You could see his legs, lower legs are really thick. And Trailbreaker was always tall, long, with very thin legs. So Newage definitely did a much better job capturing the tune aesthetics. And in terms of cleaning things up also, I mean, look at this. Oh man, I don't feel too good picking on Magic Square, but you know, this is one of their earlier designs, you know, just redecoed. So yeah, I'll just try to leave it at that. You know, why, you know, obviously this one does capture, you know, the tune aesthetics a little bit more accurately and cleans up better. Yeah, so here's a difference between these two. And for some more comparisons, I'm gonna bring out 2 characters that I always think should be next to Trailbreaker, just because, you know, I remember the episode where all three of these were together. So here you could see Trailbreaker next to Hound. I laugh because I'm tempted to bring out another figure that I got, and also Mirage, who is back there. So here you could just see what these guys look like together and how they scale. They scale really nice. Trailbreaker was always really tight, tall. And to complete this scene, here he is with Spike. So now we can kind of capture that scene from the episode where all these three came together. You know, Hound showed them how they transformed, and Mirage showed him his special powers to turn invisible. But yeah, that's was kind of cool. So here's one comparison. So let me move these guys aside. And then Trailbreaker always appeared in the cartoon a lot with Ironhide. It seemed like Trailbreaker used to pick on Ironhide a lot. But yeah, here, and I like the scale a lot because Trailbreaker was really a tall character, and he was actually taller than a little bit taller than Ironhide and Ratchet. So I think this scales really nice. And then one more comparison. Let's bring out the Optimus. I laugh because, yeah, the Magic Square Optimus definitely looks much better. It cleans up much better. But yeah, this one scales well with these. And yeah, look at this. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. And it's not complete yet because now we need to get Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that will complete the Autobot first set. I forgot what they call it. They call it the crew set or something. But yeah, here you could see what these guys look like together. This is really awesome. I'm really liking this set a lot. And then one last comparison. You know, I said I would show you this thing. And basically, hopefully I'm not missing anything. So this should be like everyone else. We only have 3 parts so far. Am I correct, or am I missing something? But basically, I'm just pointing out the way they made this. This isn't just a tab. You could see that there's a little groove in there, so it actually snaps and locks in place. So you hear that? This is done really well in terms of of making the parts. And it's the same thing down here. It's just missing the nice paint that these guys have. But here you could see what we have so far. And yeah, unfortunately, unless I do something like this, you can kind of get a scale. So yeah, this is really cool. So now you could see what Auto Spike is going to look like. And yeah, we are getting a new Prowl too, right? So yeah, you could see what this looks like. And in terms of the Auto Spike figure, it does have waist rotation, and it does have a ab crunch, a little bit of an ab crunch, good enough. And then the legs, if you rotate it on the correct one, yeah, it can go up that much. There is a knee joint. You do get thigh rotation in the center. And then you do get the ankle rocker and the toe tilt up, but no toe tilt down. You get these wings on a ball joint, so you can get a lot of articulation there. The shoulders here, they go forward, back, out to the side. You get thigh rotation here, and then the hand can rotate. It's an open hand, so I'm actually really looking forward to this, even though this is not painted Newage. But yeah, this is really cool. So anyways, just to keep my videos short, I'm just going to end my review here and just give you my final thoughts. This is another New Age figure that I really love a lot. This is fun to play with, fun to transform. It looks good, feels good. Plastic quality, the paint, the articulation, the aesthetics, the tune accuracy. There's just so many things done really well with this. And if I'm going to be nitpicky, it's just, you know, maybe things like this hose. You can't transform it to his alt mode with this, so it is kind of a parts former. And other than that, this is really an awesome figure, and I'm really looking forward to what their hoist is going to be like. So it's basically going to be a heavy retool of this. But anyways, instead of rambling, that's it. That's my final review for the New Age. I forgot what he's called, but it's their version of a legend scaled mini masterpiece Trailbreaker.
I may not be fast, but I'm tough. Hey, perfect timing! The creeps are retreating!